Yo, what a chapter. We've got Endeavour finally showing how much he's been humbled and teaching the youngins. It's about time to get him rolling.
Bro, I am feeling Endeavour's new character role. He literally is like resonating with me like an old masterful sensei that has accomplished so much. The way he was introed into the story and what he's amounting to be, man, I'm feeling this guy right now. Welcome back to Conqueror's Haki Corner. It's your boy Rooks.
Yo.
I'm your boy Serge. Vim is chilling somewhere on a beach somewhere. I know he is. He ain't told us what he's doing, but he'll be back with us shortly. And we are bringing you our latest manga chapter review of My Hero Academia. That's Boku no Hero Academia chapter 248, 1 by 1. Hey!
Amazing stuff. If you haven't already, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, leave a like. But let's get into it.
Let's get into it. Let's not waste time. I mean, first of all, we start off with a lovely front cover. We get to see what other people are up to. We see Asoy and Ochaka with Team Ryukyu. They're in action. So hopefully we will see a bit more detail on that soon. Or not, because I kind of just want to stay with Bakugo, Shoto and Deku. They are doing bits, man. Yeah. We are watching them not quite make the targets. They're being a little bit too slow. But Endeavour's there to clean up, isn't he, man?
Yeah, no doubt. I think ultimately he's trying to put just that additional bit of pressure on them so that they develop a bit faster. Because I think maybe he's got just that extra bit of pressure because of what Hawks has delivered to him. So,
I mean, you know what it is? He really is kind of giving them a real-time lesson. And he said to them, this is nothing like the classroom. I love the line where he says, in the classroom you lose points. Out here you lose lives.
Yeah.
You need to be able to get to a level where if you are forced upon into that situation, you can handle yourself one-on-one until help comes. You can protect and preserve life. You can fight someone. He's really just giving them a reality check. And, there was a great bit of banter between him and Bakugo.
Yeah.
Where, let me not paraphrase, but, Bakugo obviously was a little bit too slow. And it pains me to say that. It really, really, really does. But he says to him straight away, I'll admit that your mobility is top notch, well for a rookie at least. But as you are right now, you will never be able to surpass me. This winter might just be training, but if you're too slow, you don't, this is what I said, you won't be able to use your normal excuses anymore. And then he goes on to say about lives. And he reminds Bakugo, you're here to find out what you can't do. You understand? Guys, fail as many times as you need. But we're going to learn the processes one by one. And what that tells me is that Kohai is layering a world and layering a storyline where we're going to see them really get tested. Even there was a different dynamic between Shoto, who's usually quite placid and still. Him and Bakugo there's a bit of I saw a little bit of yeah, right, you know what? Yeah, I'm comparing myself to you, And then his dad says, you're already halfway there, which I know must have got on Bakugo's nerves. But I'm expecting to see a rivalry between them two because one does explosion, which can manifest fire, and one directly manipulates fire as well as ice. It's just going to be a really, really, really good dialogue between them two, and we're going to see them clash competitively, not physically with each other. Whereas with Deku, he's been taken back to square one. Forget about Black Whip. One by one. We need to learn your Air Force attack to the level where you can do it without thinking. This needs to become a part of you, where you're not hurting yourself, where you're able to utilize your maximum force like it's nothing. And it's a great analogy when he tells him about the driving of the car. What did he say about the guy?
So it's not as if this guy has always known how to drive. He had to learn abilities bit by bit. So he knew how to yawn. He yawns. He's driving. He learns how to drive. He combines the two. He's paying attention to what's going on ahead of him and behind him. So he's focusing on multiple different things at one time. But he had to learn to get there at once. He couldn't always do it.
He doesn't realize that that's what he's doing. And it was just a great analogy. And it really touches on all of us. It's a great bit of storytelling, but a lesson for the reader, which is, he says, there's some people, they pick up things. And if we compare ourselves to them, we'll feel like failures. However, for most of us, 99.9% of the population, you need to build brick by brick, one by one, and you can achieve greatness. Really feeling Endeavour this chapter. And to be fair, that's what most of this chapter was. It was layering all of those bits, and that's what I expect us to see. We're going to see the layers one by one come together in preparation for the final fight. We're going to see tests gradually. We're going to see failures. He's basically said it. Fail as many times as you need. So I expect them all to take their licks in battle. But ultimately, I think they're going to peak at the right time, which is the most important thing. But I don't know what you guys thought. Was it not weird about Fuyumi calling her dad out of the blue? Like, she hasn't really been in the storyline.
Yeah.
You know, inviting all the kids for dinner with Endeavour. What was your take on that, man?
I don't know, you know. I mean, maybe it's one of the first times that Fuyumi has seen Shoto around having friends.
You know, I don't even think it's that. What I think it is my girl Fuyumi is feeling my boy Bakugo. So she's trying to get her dad to draw the mandem to the house. And the mandem, Bakugo's going to explode. That's what
I can imagine that if it is one of those cases, it's going to be a thing of a bit of rivalry between Midoriya and Bakugo. She's going to end up liking Midoriya and Bakugo's going to fight.
Why you got to mug it for, man?
Sorry, man. I just, you know.
Deku's a geek, man. He's going to geek her out with all his reading and stuff.
Deku's the guy. Got a Chaco. The Chaco loves him to bits.
Yeah.
You know.
But no, it'll be very interesting. I'm suspect about what that means. I think something's going to go down. I think we're going to either gain some kind of insight or knowledge into some kind of flashback or some important detail, or it will set the scene for something to go wrong where they're going to have to fight and it's going to be personal and there's going to be something on the line. But other than that, we're not really left with more to think about than that. So guys, tell us what you think about that in the comment section down below. Without fail, let us know. If you haven't already, smash the subscribe button.
Leave a like and don't forget to share the video. The more we share, the more we grow and the more that we can get back to you.
100%. But from Conqueror's Aki Corner, it is that time again. It is a
peace out.